Same team, similar work, but different pay. Is it actually justified? Most employees wonder, but few see the machinery behind the numbers. Behind every salary decision is a structured framework, because in the eyes of HR, pay differences need a story. That story must be objective, consistent, and, above all, defensible. Research from institutions like Harvard and Mercer reveals that these stories are built on several key pillars. While transparency is increasing, the complexity of how managers move pay remains hidden. Let's start with the most fundamental layer, the level and the salary band. Companies don't just pay for people, they pay for roles. Different level equals different band. You and a colleague might do similar day-to-day work, but your roles may map to different official levels. Each level has a predefined range. Where you sit in that range depends on your placement within that band. Managers justify pay by arguing that one role has a broader scope or higher impact, even if the titles sound similar. This internal mapping ensures that the system remains consistent across the entire organization. But the internal system is only half the battle. Next, we look at market benchmarks. Market value changes pay. Managers use external data to justify why some roles earn more than others. If a skill is scarce, the market rate for that specific role skyrockets. Benchmarking compares your specific job to thousands of others by skills, responsibilities, and qualifications. In competitive labor markets, managers use these benchmarks as a shield to justify higher offers for new hires. But the internal system is only half the battle. Next, we look at market benchmarks. Now let's talk about the individual, your track record, and your evidence. The first evidence card is a scarce skill. Do you have something the company cannot easily replace? Next is relevant experience. Managers look at the depth and quality of your previous contributions. Finally, sustained performance. This is the most common lever for moving pay. Remember, one good year may earn you a bonus. Sustained value is what moves your salary. Strong people systems connect your daily performance directly to these business outcomes. Managers must prove that your pay move is based on objective and consistent criteria. Beyond individual performance, Cornell research emphasizes that compensation must align with the broader organizational strategy. Managers justify pay by balancing the need to attract new talent with the necessity of motivating and retaining the experts they already have. But managers don't just look at you, they look at everyone else too. Internal equity is a major constraint. Adjusting one person affects the entire system. Companies conduct pay equity audits to ensure like-for-like work receives like-for-like pay. As Zoe Cullen of HBS notes, transparency can create bargaining spillovers that managers try to manage. Then there is the retention risk. If a critical employee is likely to leave, managers may justify a special case adjustment. But even then, they must anchor that adjustment to peer fairness to avoid future lawsuits or turnover. According to Harvard Business Review, these audits account for reasonable explanatory factors, ensuring that pay gaps are not just identified, but legally and logically justified. So how do you use this knowledge? You change your strategy. Stop asking for more money. Start asking, how is my compensation positioned within the range? Ask, what specific criteria would move me to the next quartile? And, does my current scope truly align with my current level's expectations? Prepare your script in advance. Focus on these 3 levers to turn a difficult conversation into a strategic career discussion. The golden rule? Ask for criteria, not comparisons. Comparisons are emotional. Criteria are defensible. Because in the end, criteria move pay, not just hard work. Managers justify pay through a complex web of levels, markets, and equity. By understanding these levers, you can speak the language of the decision makers. When you know the story they need to tell, you can help them write yours. Comment pay gap below for our guide on range positioning. Thanks for watching.